Normally, I take my bikes down in the city of Newburgh and take photos of them against some kind of urban backdrop. And then I record a little video for YouTube. But this morning, my friend called me and he said, I want that Bridgestone that you have. And he gave me maybe 20 minutes notice. So I had to take the photos in the street in front of my house. And I didn't have any time to record the video. So I figure what I'll do is I'll give you guys a little slideshow of the bike. And since I really don't know how to record video off of my computer, I just got the camera aimed at the computer monitor with the photos in Lightroom. So it's probably going to be pretty terrible, but I don't have time to do it any better. So here's the Bridgestone XO-4 hybrid bike. Now this is just the side profile shot of it. And here's kind of like a 3/4 view. It's a pretty nice bike. I mean, it's not incredibly high-end, but it's a relatively lightweight, sporty hybrid. Here's the handlebars, and the handlebars have a nice, they're flat handlebars, but they have a swoop back curve to them, which is really cool, and it makes the bike ride really well. It's really comfortable. Now here's the Shimano Alivio brake lever, which is a nice lever. It's very sleek, and it's reasonable quality. It's not like one of those Walmart levers with the really ugly shiny aluminum. And a Ritchie True Grip 2 grip. That's all worn out and dirty, but I'm sure my friend will replace that. He's kind of a bike mechanic of sorts. Here's your Bridgestone head tube badge, decal, whatever you want to call it. And the brake routing thingy. What is that called anyway? It's like a headset brake routing thingy. Like if I had to go to Niagara Cycle and order one, I would just type in brake routing thingy. Here's a shot of the handlebars, and it really doesn't show the significant curve of these bars. They're really, really curved in person. It's kind of hard to capture that on the camera. And it's just a kind of a generic black steel stem. No big deal there. And you can see the bike's really dirty. I didn't even bother to clean it. I didn't have time. Here's the right side again with that Ritchie grip, and you can see 7 speeds, and I did have to lubricate the shifters a little bit. They were kind of gummed up, so I sprayed some WD-40 in there. Flip the bike upside down, spray WD-40 in there, and it'll hopefully get them working again. But realistically, for long-term performance, you want to take them completely apart, clean them thoroughly, and then re-lube them. I don't usually do that. I'll leave that up to my friend who bought the bike. Here's the left side, 1, 2, 3 speeds on the left. Those Ritchie grips are, kind of ugly looking. They look like a Mexican churro. Used to be able to get those at Taco Bell. You probably still can. Now here's a little dramatic shot of the front brakes. And then in the background is the pedal with its rusty screws and its clips. I don't really like toe clips on pedals because I can never get my feet in them, but once they're in there, you don't really think about it. And what a friend was telling me is that the reason they put the reflectors on these bikes is so that if the brake cable snaps, it doesn't tangle up in the front wheel. So if you have a bike with a brake configuration like this, make sure you have one of those reflectors on there, just in case your cable snaps, which this cable probably will because it's all rusty. Next, we have another shot of the front, and this shows the Bridgestone logo, and you can see the Tanguay tubing logo on the seat tube. It's a pretty decent shot. I mean, not really high quality photo, but I just like the angle of that. Here is a parallax front hub. It's kind of a weird looking hub for this bike. I'd like to see kind of a smoother low flange hub instead of this kind of boxy mountain bike hub, but that's no big deal. And of course, it's a quick release. There's your classic Bridgestone logo, and I'll tell you one thing. If this bike had a Fuji logo on it or a Giant or any other company, it wouldn't be gone right now. My friend wouldn't have bought it. It could be the same quality, same type of bike. People like to see that Bridgestone. There's just something about that name, and I agree. It's just a cool name. Here's the Velo seat, which is at a weird cocked angle. Seat post is up kind of high. It was a little bit lower. That's what that black tape is. That's how low it was before, but I raised it before I test rode the bike. Here's the back brake and the brake routing thingy that goes in the seat post clamp. I don't know why, but I really like brake routing. It's something, I'm obsessed with brake routing. Here's the XO-4 decal. According to my friend, they had the XO-1 and 2, which were higher end, but I guess they discontinued them because they were too expensive and they weren't selling. I don't know about that. I didn't research it myself, but then you have some C-tube decals. They're kind of like twisty little rainbow things. That's pretty cool stuff. Tange double-butted chromoly mountain bike tubing. I guess that's pretty good tubing. Double-butted means it's thick where it needs to be thick and thin where it needs to be thin, so you save weight that way. And the bike is made in Taiwan. I mean, there's nothing really so wrong with that. I don't think it'd be affordable if it was made in the USA. Araya 700C rims, you know, nothing really special there. I don't like 700C rims for the fact that I deal with a lot of used bikes and I never find 700C tires. 26-inch tires are like a dime a dozen. You can get them off of mountain bikes and stuff. 700C tires you pretty much have to buy new, and I don't like buying new parts if I can at all help it because I don't really make much money selling these bikes. But no big deal. Here's the Shimano Alivio front derailleur. The photo's a little bit overexposed. I'm not sure that's going to matter in the context of shooting the video the way I'm shooting it. There's a drive side photo, the whole drive line with the pedal and the crank. I think it's an Alivio crank. We'll see. Yep, Shimano Alivio crank with hyperdrive, whatever that means. These companies like to put funny names on stuff. Bridgestone decal on the chainstay. And it looks like there's a lot of chips in the chainstay, but it turned out it was just a lot of grease and grime. Alivio rear derailleur. I don't know one derailleur from the next, but these felt fine when I rode the bike. They shifted just fine. There's a little different shot of the derailleur with the cable routing and the cable, and you can see it's got some braze-ons on the dropout for racks and whatnot. And a better shot of the back brake. Nothing special, just a Shimano back brake, but it works really well. And I bought this bike at a garage sale for 20 bucks. I put air in the tires, I raised the seat post. I didn't tune, and I did the shifters. I lubed those, but I didn't do any tuning or cleaning or anything. And it still rode fantastically well. There's the back hub, the parallax in the back. And it looks like we're at the last photo coming up next. Somebody bought this bike at Ski Market. I don't remember. I think there's a place called Ski House, H-A-U-S, but I don't remember going to Ski Market. But I imagine in the 90s, somebody went into Ski Market and they picked out this bike and they got themselves a pretty good bike. They probably paid more than 20 bucks for it. But now it has moved out of my pile and into my friend's life, and I'm sure he'll go through it and he'll clean it and he'll swap out the tires and this and that. And it's going to see some use in the future, which is great because it's a great little bike. Thanks for watching.